Spartan society was a unique and fascinating civilization in ancient Greece, known for its emphasis on military prowess and discipline. The city-state of Sparta was characterized by its strict social hierarchy, with the Spartan citizens, or Spartiates, at the top, followed by the Perioikoi, free non-citizens, and Helots, state-owned serfs. Interestingly, Spartiates made up only a small percentage of the population, with estimates ranging from 8,000 to 20,000 individuals at its peak. This small number of elite warriors was responsible for maintaining the military dominance of Sparta. The rest of the population, including the Perioikoi and Helots, supported the Spartiates in various capacities. The society was highly militarized, with the primary focus being on military training and readiness for war. Spartan society was also known for its austere lifestyle, with an emphasis on discipline, frugality, and physical fitness. The agoge system played a crucial role in shaping the values and behaviors of Spartan citizens from a young age, instilling in them a sense of duty, loyalty, and self-sacrifice for the greater good of the state. This emphasis on military training and discipline set Sparta apart from other Greek city-states, contributing to its reputation as a formidable military power. The unique social structure and values of Spartan society were instrumental in shaping the course of ancient Greek history and continue to intrigue historians and scholars to this day. The agoge system was a fundamental aspect of Spartan society, playing a pivotal role in shaping the values and behaviors of Spartan citizens. Young boys entered the agoge at the age of 7 and underwent rigorous training until they reached adulthood. The word agoge itself means raising or education, highlighting the system's focus on molding young Spartans into disciplined and skilled warriors. One interesting aspect of the agoge was the emphasis on physical fitness and endurance. Boys were subjected to intense physical training, including running, wrestling, and other athletic activities, to build strength and agility. In addition to physical training, the agoge also provided mental and moral education to instill values such as courage, self-discipline, and loyalty to the state. The agoge system was overseen by older Spartans known as paidonomos, who were responsible for enforcing discipline and ensuring that the young boys adhered to the strict rules of the agoge. The agoge was a highly regimented and structured system, with each aspect of a young Spartan's life carefully controlled and monitored. For example, boys were required to live in communal barracks, eat meager rations of food, and engage in activities that promoted camaraderie and teamwork. The agoge system was designed to foster a sense of unity and cohesion among Spartan citizens, preparing them for a life of military service and sacrifice. Interestingly, not all boys who entered the agoge successfully completed the training. Those who did not meet the rigorous standards of the system were deemed inferior and were not granted full citizenship rights. This selective nature of the agoge contributed to the elite status of Spartan warriors and reinforced the idea of Spartan exceptionalism. The agoge system was a key factor in Spartan military success, as it produced highly disciplined and skilled soldiers who were willing to endure hardship and sacrifice for the greater good of the state. The training and values instilled in young Spartans through the agoge system set them apart from their contemporaries in other Greek city-states, giving Sparta a reputation for military excellence. The legacy of the agoge system continues to influence military education and training to this day, with its emphasis on discipline, physical fitness, and mental fortitude serving as a model for modern military institutions. The agoge system remains a fascinating and enigmatic aspect of Spartan society, offering valuable insights into the values and beliefs of one of the most formidable civilizations of the ancient world. Physical training in the agoge was a central component of the Spartan education system, focusing on developing strength, endurance, and combat skills in young boys. One of the most iconic aspects of physical training in the agoge was the krypteia, a secret and intense military exercise that tested the stealth and combat abilities of young Spartans. Another key element of physical training was the dromos, a grueling foot race that emphasized speed and endurance. Spartans were also trained in various forms of combat, including wrestling, boxing, and weapon handling. The physical training regimen in the agoge was designed to push young Spartans to their limits, preparing them for the harsh realities of war and instilling in them a sense of discipline and resilience. Interestingly, Spartan boys were encouraged to engage in competitive sports and games to hone their physical skills and foster a spirit of competitiveness. The physical training in the agoge was not limited to traditional forms of exercise. Young Spartans also participated in hunting expeditions and survival training to develop their outdoor skills and resourcefulness. The rigorous physical training in the agoge produced soldiers who were not only physically strong, but also mentally tough and adaptable, capable of facing any challenge on the battlefield. The emphasis on physical fitness and combat readiness in the agoge set Spartan warriors apart from their contemporaries and contributed to their reputation as elite soldiers. The physical training in the agoge was a crucial aspect of Spartan military education, shaping the bodies and minds of young Spartans and preparing them for a life of service and sacrifice. Mental and moral education in the agoge was a crucial aspect of Spartan military training, focusing on instilling values such as discipline, courage, and loyalty in young Spartans. One interesting aspect of mental education in the agoge was the emphasis on developing a strong sense of duty and self-sacrifice for the greater good of the state. Spartans were taught to prioritize the needs of the community over individual desires, fostering a collective mindset that prioritized the well-being of the Spartan society as a whole. This emphasis on selflessness and service to the state was a defining feature of Spartan moral education. Another key component of mental education in the agoge was the cultivation of emotional resilience and stoicism. Spartans were trained to endure hardship and adversity without complaint, preparing them for the rigors of military life and the challenges of war. This mental toughness was considered essential for Spartan warriors, who were expected to face danger and death with courage and composure. The agoge also placed a strong emphasis on developing critical thinking skills and strategic thinking in young Spartans. Boys were taught to analyze situations carefully, make quick decisions under pressure, and adapt to changing circumstances on the battlefield. This mental agility and problem-solving ability were crucial for Spartan soldiers, who often found themselves in complex and unpredictable combat situations. Interestingly, the agoge system also incorporated elements of moral education, teaching young Spartans the importance of honesty, integrity, and respect for authority. Boys were expected to adhere to a strict code of conduct and uphold the values of Spartan society at all times. Failure to meet these moral standards could result in severe punishment, reinforcing the importance of ethical behavior in the agoge. The mental and moral education in the agoge was a holistic and comprehensive training program that aimed to shape young Spartans into disciplined, virtuous, and effective warriors. The combination of physical, mental, and moral education in the agoge created well-rounded soldiers who were not only physically strong, but also mentally resilient and morally upright. This integrated approach to education set Spartan warriors apart from their contemporaries and contributed to their reputation as elite fighters. The mental and moral education in the agoge was a key factor in the success of Spartan military campaigns, as it produced soldiers who were not only skilled in combat but also principled and steadfast in their commitment to the Spartan state. The agoge system played a pivotal role in shaping the values and beliefs of Spartan society, instilling in young Spartans a sense of duty, discipline, and sacrifice. One interesting aspect of the agoge was the emphasis on equality among young Spartans during their training. Regardless of their social status or background, all boys in the agoge were subjected to the same rigorous training regimen, fostering a sense of camaraderie and unity among them. This egalitarian approach to education was unique in ancient Greece, where social status often dictated one's opportunities and privileges. The agoge also promoted a culture of competitiveness and excellence among young Spartans. Boys were encouraged to strive for perfection in all aspects of their training, whether in physical exercises, combat skills, or moral virtues. This relentless pursuit of excellence helped to cultivate a spirit of ambition and achievement in young Spartans, driving them to push beyond their limits and reach their full potential. The agoge system also reinforced the importance of obedience and respect for authority in Spartan society. Boys in the agoge were taught to follow orders without question and to defer to their elders and superiors in all matters. This emphasis on hierarchy and discipline was essential for maintaining order and cohesion within the Spartan military and ensuring the smooth functioning of the state. The agoge system instilled in young Spartans a deep sense of loyalty and devotion to the Spartan state. Boys were taught to prioritize the needs of the community over their individual desires, fostering a strong sense of collective identity and solidarity among them. This unwavering loyalty to the state was a defining feature of Spartan society and a key factor in its military success. Spartan military education, as exemplified by the agoge system, differed significantly from the training methods of other ancient civilizations. While many societies focused on developing individual combat skills, the Spartans emphasized collective training and cohesion. For example, in contrast to the individualistic approach of the Greek city-states, Spartan boys trained and lived together in communal barracks, fostering a strong sense of camaraderie and unity among them. This communal living arrangement was a unique feature of Spartan military education and contributed to the close bonds that Spartans formed with one another. Additionally, the agoge system placed a strong emphasis on physical fitness and endurance, with boys undergoing rigorous training from a young age. This focus on physical conditioning set Spartan warriors apart from their counterparts in other civilizations, who may not have received the same level of physical training. In terms of numbers, it is estimated that only about 20% of Spartan boys who entered the agoge successfully completed the training, highlighting the rigorous nature of the program. In comparison, other ancient civilizations may not have had such stringent selection criteria for their military training programs. Furthermore, the moral and ethical education imparted in the agoge, emphasizing values such as loyalty, discipline, and self-sacrifice, set Spartan military education apart from that of other societies. While other civilizations may have focused on individual prowess or tactical skills, the Spartans prioritized the development of a cohesive and disciplined fighting force. These unique aspects of Spartan military education contributed to the reputation of Spartan warriors as some of the most formidable and disciplined soldiers of the ancient world. The impact of the agoge on Spartan military success cannot be overstated, as the rigorous training and education provided by the system produced some of the most formidable warriors of the ancient world. One interesting aspect of the agoge's influence on Spartan military success is the emphasis on discipline and cohesion among Spartan soldiers. The communal living arrangements and intense physical training in the agoge fostered a strong sense of camaraderie and unity among young Spartans, enabling them to work together seamlessly on the battlefield. This cohesion was a key factor in Spartan military victories, as it allowed Spartan soldiers to coordinate their movements effectively and respond to changing battlefield conditions with agility and precision. In terms of numbers, Spartan military success is exemplified by their victory at the Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC, where a small force of 300 Spartans, led by King Leonidas, held off a much larger Persian army for several days. This demonstration of courage, discipline, and strategic prowess showcased the effectiveness of the agoge system in producing elite soldiers capable of facing overwhelming odds with bravery and skill. The impact of the agoge on Spartan military success is further underscored by the long-standing reputation of Spartan warriors as some of the most disciplined and fearsome fighters of their time. The training and values instilled in young Spartans through the agoge system set them apart from their contemporaries and contributed to the military dominance of Sparta in ancient Greece. While the agoge system in Sparta is often lauded for producing elite warriors, it has also faced criticism and controversies throughout history. One of the main criticisms of the agoge system is its harsh and demanding nature, which some argue bordered on cruelty. Young Spartan boys were subjected to rigorous physical training, meager rations of food, and harsh discipline, leading to concerns about the psychological and physical toll it took on them. Additionally, the selective nature of the agoge, where only a small percentage of boys successfully completed the training, has been criticized for creating a sense of elitism and exclusion within Spartan society. Interestingly, some historians have pointed out that the agoge system may have contributed to the decline of Sparta in the long run. The focus on military training and discipline meant that Spartans were less inclined towards intellectual pursuits and economic activities, potentially limiting the growth and prosperity of the state. In terms of numbers, it is estimated that only about one-third of Spartan boys who entered the agoge successfully completed the training, highlighting the high attrition rate of the system. The agoge system has also been criticized for its treatment of non-citizen residents, known as perioikoi, and state-owned serfs, known as helots. These individuals did not undergo the same military training as Spartans and were often subjected to harsh treatment and exploitation by Spartan authorities. The controversies surrounding the agoge system raise important questions about the balance between military readiness and individual well-being, as well as the ethical implications of such intensive training programs. The legacy of the agoge system in modern military education can be seen in the emphasis on discipline, physical fitness, and leadership development. Many military institutions around the world incorporate elements of the agoge system into their training programs, recognizing the value of instilling values such as courage, loyalty, and self-sacrifice in their soldiers. Interestingly, the concept of boot camp in modern military training can be traced back to the intense physical and mental conditioning of the agoge. In terms of numbers, a study conducted by a military academy found that recruits who underwent rigorous training similar to the agoge system showed higher levels of resilience and teamwork compared to those who did not. The legacy of the agoge system continues to influence military education today, shaping the values and behaviors of soldiers and preparing them for the challenges of modern warfare. One interesting fact is that Spartan boys were encouraged to engage in competitive sports and games to hone their physical skills and foster a spirit of competitiveness. The Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC, where 300 Spartans held off a much larger Persian army, showcased the effectiveness of the agoge system. It is estimated that only about one-third of Spartan boys who entered the agoge successfully completed the training, highlighting the rigorous nature of the program. A study conducted by a military academy found that recruits who underwent rigorous training similar to the agoge system showed higher levels of resilience and teamwork. The legacy of the agoge system continues to influence military education today, shaping the values and behaviors of soldiers and preparing them for the challenges of modern warfare.